ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Okay, so what we have here is a Democrat that seems to be arrested for child trafficking charges. Yeah, that's right. The good times, trying to give kids a happy good time, which is not a happy good time, and it seems to be a routine here with what's going on now. I don't know about you, but insanity seems to be the best friend of the Democrats, and children seems to be their best pickings because that's obviously that they can do. So without further ado, my friends, let's get into this. So we have this here from the Gateway Pundit. We have Georgia former Democrat congressional candidate who called for Trump's assassination arrested in multi-state child sex trafficking sting. Oh dear. Carl Sprayberry, a former Democrat candidate for Georgia's 139th House District, has been arrested as part of a sweeping multi-agency child sex trafficking operation known as Operation Lights Out. The sting, conducted between April 25 and April 28th, resulted in the arrest of 19 suspects accused of attempting to exploit children online. Sprayberry, 32, who once ran for state office and publicly called for the assassination of President Donald Trump in a social media post, is among those charged with human trafficking. In February 2025, Sprayberry tweeted, "Donald Trump has committed an act of high treason. Should Congress refuse to take action, he will be unalived by the people as per the Second Amendment's existence." He followed up with another chilling post, implying that a Secret Service agent should shoot him, referring to President Trump, and declared it's time to unalive Trump. Statements like these are not just dangerous, but they are criminal, obviously. Sprayberry should have been immediately arrested by the Secret Service. How someone openly threatening a president remained free until now. That's because during the Biden presidency, everybody that was labeled Republican or what have you was deemed evil and bad. So, therefore, any of the Democrats did were immune to damage. Of course, it goes even crazier because if we look in this here, right, not to zoom in for you guys all to see, it goes on to say Morgan J. Freeman, which says, "Effed up, Trump now refers to himself as the king, time to impeach and convict," which, is insane because that does not mean you should convict somebody. You should impeach him and convict him because he's called himself king. That's just absurd and lunacy. And it says, yeah, Carl Sprayberry here, really going off the rails. Says, it's time to unalive him. This moment is why the Second Amendment exists. And of course, the secret agency should shoot him, etc. Of course, and all this. So obviously, this is all that's here. And again, if we go look at this, he also arrested were illegal aliens and foreign nationals. So we have a lot of the very colorful looking folks here. And if you go look at the very bottom here, oh, what do we have here? The Democrat buddy. So yeah. Again, we have this is the list of all the people here. We're not going to go with this. We're just going to go with Carl Sprayberry, 32 of Columbus, Georgia, charged with human trafficking. So yeah, that's great. And then we want to go look at this, right? So, I guess Georgia politician among 19 arrested in a multi-agency human trafficking operation. We have this here to say, I don't know how long this video is. This is 25 minutes. We're not going to watch this full thing, but
hello, everyone, and welcome.
We have this here, too. So, according to Muscogee County Sheriff's Office, 19 suspects, including a Georgia politician, have been arrested in connection to a multi-agency human trafficking operation. It takes a sick individual to want to take away a right for the child has, and the freedom and the safety comfort that a child has to bring him to these children. So, yeah, it is, it ain't great. Yeah, we have this here.
Welcome to News Leader 9 Evening. I'm Rosalind Giles. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And topping our news, nearly 20 men arrested on human trafficking charges involving children after a sting operation in Columbus this past weekend. It was called Operation Lights Out, and it was planned months in advance in an effort to target online sexual predators. News Leader 9's Macy Woodworth explains how the operation works and shows us who was arrested.
19 individuals were all arrested this past weekend, ranging from 21 to 68 years old. This was all for child exploitation, trying to reach out to children via the internet. The Muskogee County Sheriff's Office, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, including the Georgia Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, and 12 other law enforcement agencies were all a part of this successful investigation.
There were no children at harm at all in this, except for the fact that had we not been there as law enforcement working in an undercover capacity, these very same perpetrators that were arrested would have been talking to our children in our community. And they would have been talking about sexual acts and meeting up for sexual acts and exchanging pornography on the internet.
Now, Carl Sprayberry, one of the 19 individuals arrested, actually ran for a state representative seat right here in the state of Georgia. That's important to keep in mind. And these people, again, engaged in sexually explicit communication with minors, both boys and girls, we were told, on the internet. Those social media platforms ranging from all over. And Muskogee County Sheriff Greg Countryman, Brian Johnston with the GBI, including District Attorney Don Kelly, all spoke at this morning's press conference.
It takes a sick individual to want to take away a right that a child has and the freedom.
3 arrested did have an illegal alien status. They've all been arrested here in Muskogee County, and so they've been planning this for a long time. This is something that they successfully completed this weekend.
These are folks who acted. They went to a specific location to meet a child, oftentimes to exchange money for sexual activity. So they acted. They didn't just look at it, they acted.
We're not going to stop until they stop preying on our kids.
Yeah, so it ain't good. Of course, we have this here. We have Carl Sprayberry with a Democrat here that seems to want to do it. He was last election in November 2024. So there's a lot of evidence going to this. All right. So yeah, this is what we're talking about here, right? Like, all these Democrats have quite honestly shown that they are not the greatest people. And I'm going to go over another video too, because it's a video that I think everybody should probably see. It's more about the Washington state and how bad it is when it comes down to children and stuff like that. I still need to do a little more research, but it's not great there. And Democrats really don't care about parental rights. They don't care about anything. Democrats are inherently evil people at this point of what I'm getting at, because what we have here is that this person here is been arrested for child sex trafficking or human trafficking, along with many other things, right? And then we have this here where, again, a lot of the Democrats are claiming they're doing things, and then it's usually just always the opposite of the projection. So this is a problem. So it's crazy to me on how this guy was just not informed, and I think we have to investigate a lot more of these other so-called Democrats, right? Because when you start advocating for things, it's pretty crazy, and it really just goes show on how bad it is. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.